What's up, guys? We are back doing some programming again. Just want to test my audio for a second here. All right, everything seems to be working as it should be. So yeah, I really enjoyed streaming myself programming again. I used to do it a lot, um, way back when, like a few years ago, but I stopped doing it. But I think I might continue doing that a little bit every now and again. I sort of like a way to just like keep being able to progress the project that I'm working on. So last time when we left off last night, we managed to get the project up and running, which was really the most important part. Was getting the project running and running on Vercel, that is, and we were able to do that. But one thing that I didn't want to do actually was this, which I was thinking about when I was going to bed. I just want to. I'm gonna make a new branch and just continue to make some of these changes that I want to make. Actually, you know what? No, it's not that necessary because this is a minor change here, so it's not gonna be. It's not that problematic. So we have this .env, which has the URL to the docs web app. Gonna copy. No, this is in it, the web app, so we need to move it to the docs app. Okay, there we go. And I'm sorry for I didn't realize it was gonna be that audible, but it is a lot more audible than I thought it is. But I am sitting right next to an AC, so you might be able to hear it whenever it starts running, um, which is like every 5 minutes. It's gonna kick on again. So I apologize for that. When I was rewatching the VOD from the stream, I noticed it that you can hear it. So I do apologize for that. This might again be another short stream, depending on how my computer decides to want to cooperate. So hopefully it's not problematic. npx turbo run dev. And my phone just collapsed. All right, so this we need to fix, and we also need to fix. There was an issue. So I think Dependabot was running last night, and it tried updating something to the preview, and it failed. And I got a notification at like 3 a.m. that like it woke me up saying that some an action failed to deploy to the preview. So I want to see. There were 6 pull requests last night. What the heck? Is this Dependabot? Oh, it is Dependabot. Wow, they've been busy and left comments. Oops, looks like something went wrong. What happened? Why is this not opening? The following labels could not be found. GitHub Actions. Please create it before Dependabot can add it to a pull request. Okay, so these are all the problems. So Dependabot was busy as hell last night. I started seeing like subsequent emails telling me workflows are failing, workflows are failing. I'm like, what's going on? Why is it failing? So let's figure that out, and then we'll make those changes on the front end to connect the Docs app to the web app, the two URLs, so they can not talk to each other, but they can get from one app to the other. And then we're gonna deploy the Docs app as well to Vercel, but we're not gonna touch it any further. We're just gonna focus on the web app. Once we get that further along enough, I think by the end of the day, if we do stream for the entire day or for a couple of hours, we should be able to get the database set up, the authentication set up, or for the most part of it set up, and then we'll go from there. So here it says body lines must not be longer than 100 characters. So we need to fix that. What was it trying to push? Ah, the body. Okay, I see. So I didn't know it was gonna be doing this. So we'll fix this. There's a body max length here. So this will comment out. In fact, we'll just remove. I just gotta go check the commit lint documentation and see if there is a way to make it unlimited. So there is. So just to make it infinity. That's a keyword? It is a keyword. Okay. So wait for that to save as I'm continuing to still look through the documentation. Here, let me just show you guys. I'm on the commit lint documentation page, commitlint.js.org, and I'm looking at the body max length uh, rules here. So I have that on my second screen because I don't want to clutter this main screen with a lot of junk. Anyways, so condition body lines of value or less characters, rule always, and value infinity. Let me just double check if that was the rule that triggered, which I think it is. So we need a body max line length. And this needs to be capped at 72. Never heard of this 5072 rule, so I don't know why this. I'm reading also an article which says to use some 5072 rule I've never heard of before in my life, but and while I'm actually have this, let me just check all the other workflows that did fail to see that if the failure was caused also by the same problem of having a. So this failed on installing dependencies. So this one, okay, that's weird. We removed this, so I'm not sure why it's causing. Why this is causing an issue, because this was removed. What app is this? Okay, interesting. So commit lane failed with that error. So this one also failed because of that engine's problem. Interesting. Is this the one we looked at where it said yeah, this one's the commit lane error. So this one we're just about to fix. Hold on a second, let me just see this in detail. I want to see how many characters wide this is. There's no way this is 100 characters. There's just no way. Let's see. 118. Ugh. Still here, by the way. I'm just still reading up on these documentation. I know it's a minor fix, but I just want to. So we can add an ignores in the commit lint workflow. That way, any any rules that are strict for us don't apply to Dependabot. So the commitment will still run and pass regardless. And we can also block Dependabot from being linted. All right, so let's see. I think that's the way to do it. It's the one thing about programming, man. It's just a lot of this, just errors and debugging, errors and debugging, errors and debugging. Okay. Anyways, this needs to be infinity, and this needs to be two, always 100. So we're keeping the body max length. The body max line length is going to be 100 characters. So if you write something that's over 100 characters wide, it's going to flag it because just we need it to be readable at least. And then, and even then, like 100 would be like all the way to like over here. So it's pretty wide. It's a lot of space for you to write. And the max length could be infinity. That way, you know, if you need to write an extensive commit body, you can do that without, you know, worrying that the system's gonna, I mean, the linter is gonna flag you for that. So I think this should be a good setup for us. And then, so that's that. Let me also check the other stuff that Dependabot was doing because okay. So it was bumping React up, bumped TypeScript up, bumped Node up, and Actions checkout. What is this? Actions checkout. I didn't make that. It doesn't exist here either except for Dependabot updates. Actions checkout from 3 to 4. Oh, right. I gotta do this. GitHub Actions. Create a new label called GitHub Actions. We'll save it for now. So Dependabot has that. So I think Dependabot was updating itself. Yeah, I think Dependabot was updating itself. Actually, why did I do that? Let me go back to here. What files changed? No package.json. Okay. Also need a label called dependencies. Okay. Okay. So that's that. Let me check the Dependabot config again for a sec. Might have to reduce this to monthly instead of weekly, but whatever. We'll leave that as is for now. So again, some of these actions failed because of the version upgrade. Right? I think. Oh no, this one failed because of the body max line length error and the body length error. I need to check the other ones again. So I think those failed because of the version stuff. Got some coffee by my side here. Right, so this failed where exactly? it would be nice if I knew where this was running. If it is, was this the app as a whole, because this shouldn't be a problem, because last night we removed the engines. We removed it, so this shouldn't be an issue. Also, we removed it because there's a discrepancy between the Node and NPM version that GitHub has and the Node and NPM version that Vercel has. So if I try to match the version for the minimum version for GitHub, then it conflicts with the version minimum for Vercel and vice versa. So we fixed that problem entirely by just removing the uh, engines field from the root package.json. So we had a down here somewhere we had engines, then we specified uh, npm to be 11.5.2 because that's the one I was running, and then node was 22 dot something. Was it 23 dot something? That's the one we're running. Node v 22.13 dot. So that's what we had on here. But again, that discrepancy was causing errors every single time we pushed changes, so we removed it entirely to avoid that moving forward. So I'm hoping that so now I have to figure out why this didn't work. What I'm thinking, we might need to take it down again because I think the preview for the app might not have this updated, might not have the updated package.json where we have where we removed. Um, but I don't think that should be the case. I think it should have it. I don't know why these failed. Let me see. If I can't access the preview, then I'll take it down. No, I won't take it down, but that will give us the biggest clue. If the preview isn't working, where's the preview? I think we can access it from here. Deployments, preview. So all the previews that happened last night failed. So let's see. Deployment failed. Okay, let's see. Why is it failing? Because it shouldn't have any requirements for node version or npm version. Unsupported engine. I wish I could see. I wish you could see. Okay, hold on. What change did we make in here? Oh, that's the thing we forgot. The URL. So I need to also open the other page, .tsx, in the docs app and call that URL that goes to this. So it would be process.env.next public web URL. This should work. Once we resolve this, not resolve, I'll update this. I'll push these changes, and then we will start. So I guess it's not happening unless I do that. Do it like that. Okay. So let's go back to the app here. And we should see it open. So if I click view documentation, it should open to the other. Spotify's autoplay has been so trash. I don't know if you guys can hear the jazz music in the background. I'm playing a little bit of jazz because we're feeling a little jazzed up. But like, I'll have it start playing like some Miles Davis or some Chet Baker or whatever I'm in the mood for. And then by the end of it, I'll be listening to bossa nova or something like that. I'm like, what? What? How do we go from American jazz to Brazilian jazz? Again, it's only taking this long because my computer is dog slow. Okay, so this is what I wanted to happen. So we opened the net. It took us to the Docs app from the web app, which is what we want. And if I click visit network here, it should take me. It should open the web app again for us. Okay, that's all we need to do. So we can close that. We can go back and open our terminal, and also git add apps docs app page.tsx command m sure replace link to external apps with environment variable. Probably a little too descriptive, but whatever. Oh, I'm young. I had breakfast. Found rules without implementation. Body max line length blank. Supported rules are body max, body case, body empty, body full stop. Rules without implementation. Whoops. Did I think I might have misconfigured something here? I don't think I didn't. I don't know why it chose blank. It should be just body max line length. Yeah, body max line length. That should be it, not body. Body leading blank. I don't know what that is. Okay, so that should work. Let's just do that for a sec. Probably should do the same for the footer. Okay. Let that save. Then we'll git add and git commit. Okay, so git add apps dot web JSX. Then we need that commit message that we put up earlier. That one. Whoops, that failed. Why? Why did that fail? And it removed it. Why did it remove that? And then it brought it back. Why did all this stuff work last night and then now it's... Is there a turbo fix? I mean, there isn't, but let's see if it'll work with the fix command here. Okay, so we need to... I'm curious about the ESLint. So here it uses Next.Lint in the packages, but there is a. Let me see how this is configured. Next.js config from at repo ESLint. So I'm so sleepy all of a sudden. What the hell is going on? Is this coffee making me sleepy? I don't think this jazz music is helping. Oof. Just knocked the shake the Sonic coins off my hit my monitor with my coffee mug. Come on. I think maybe I could just extend the base because now I'm curious. Do I need to install ESLint in here? Package.json. Yeah, so we need ESLint for sure. But in here is where the dependencies live. Okay. So I think that's what we might have to do. Just put ESLint in the root, install it, and then extend this base configuration. And I think we should be kosher. Because I don't know. Turbo repo. I think because I didn't sleep too well last night, that's why I'm probably so sleepy. See, I don't know if you guys can hear this. And he just goes and starts playing the most upbeat jazz song of all time. And I'm just like, whoa, how do we like this is just so far removed. Like there's some John Coltrane or something or some Chet Baker, bruh. Right, and also is this running the pre-commit hook? Is it running lint fix? I'm pretty right. Alright. Okay, so we need to extend from the base. What's exported as? Import base config, right? Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to change it here. This should disappear. Okay, it's back to normal. So it does export it. I just don't know why it's not. Does it not depend? I think I need to set the dependency here. Give me a second. Let's check here. Yes. So package.json. This is the root one. Dev dependencies. So we need an at repo ESLint. Let's do npm install. Okay. Then do npx ESLint. Still the same problem. This should work. I don't know why it's not. I'm not sure why this is not working. ESLint is installed. ESLint is installed here as well. ESLint is here, and ESLint config is there. Let's do this, right? So the requested this is a named export in base. It's a named export. Export const config. Oh, I see the problem. Import config as base config. I think now this should work. Yeah, I think we should be kosher. Because I thought it was called base config, but the other, because that's what the other ones installed it as. They said import config import base config from ESLint config base, which I thought that's what they were. So let's see if this runs. Then we'll do the it's kind of taking a minute. Still running. Sorry about this stream. I don't know why everything's so slow. Once we get this to work, then we can move on to all the other fun stuff. But man, this is taking 10 decades to execute. I don't know why. Does this have ignores? Ignores dist. This needs to also ignore node modules. Or do I need to declare that manually? Where's no, this one that's for the Next.Js one. No. No ignores. Excuse me. I need to double check this one more time. See exactly. So we need to go here and do export default, do base config, then also do um, ignores node modules dist uh, and the turbo. There's probably a lot of bogus files in there. We don't need linted. I'll cancel that. I need to check that ESLint docs for a second here to see. Get started. Export default. Okay. Do I need to install define config? Define config is installed in base, so we don't need it. So import define config from ESLint config. Export default define config. Like that. Huh? Wasn't it ESLint flat config ignore directories? Because there was, yeah, it's the ignores this. I don't know why it wants to do it like this. That's so annoying. Oops. So this should work. This should work. If this fails, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. Or if it starts lingering here. I don't know why it will linger, but I feel like it's just gonna do that. And that's just gonna put a wrench in all of our plans for the day. Because it'll definitely require that I turn the stream off. And we haven't even gotten to the fun part. Oh, Well, I might have to pause the stream for like 5 minutes and then come back. Just let this run off stream. Give my CPU a little bit more headroom to be able to handle these tasks, and then turn the stream back on. We're about to actually do the meat and potatoes of the project. I think that's what we might do, because right now, like, so many of these little things are just taking so much longer because OBS is taking up a lot of bandwidth. Google Chrome is taking up bandwidth. VS Code is taking up bandwidth. Spotify is taking up bandwidth, and it's just like my RAM and my CPU are just crying for help right now. Yeah, so it's still hanging. So I'm gonna turn off the stream like 10 minutes. If I'm not back by 1 p.m., then we're probably gonna start the stream again a little bit later and continue. But if I do come back in 15 minutes, then we're good and the work continues. So let me do that.